Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy EJ, and today we're going to do a quick review of a camera that I done had for a while. I done put a lot of use into it. It's going to be the Canon V10. Yes, that Canon V10. That has been a excellent camera for me. Here it goes right here, you know what I'm saying? And it is like a number one pocket camera for anybody who don't want to use, let's say, an action camera. They want more of a camera. This Cannon V10 may actually be the ticket for a lot of you guys who just looking for a really good camera that can fit in your pocket really easy. I mean, this is the most pocketable camera you can have if you want a camera to go along with your smartphone and you don't want to use your smartphone all the time. You're looking for that second camera that you can record videos with and stuff like that. You know, this camera is very discreet. If you don't want a camera that's, very noticeable, this camera is very discreet. It's great for when you're at restaurants and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? When you're around a lot of other people and you don't really want them to notice that you're filming. This camera is really great for that, you know what I'm saying? Or for people who just feel uncomfortable with holding a big camera up while you're out in public, you know what I'm saying? This is definitely a really nice camera. It has the, let me see if I get it if I'm doing it with one hand, but it has a nice flip up screen on it, see? Where you can see yourself when you're vlogging. Another good feature is it has a built-in stand. Yeah, it has this built-in stand, so you can actually do that with it. You can just set it up just like that with the built-in stand that it has, you know what I'm saying? So that's another reason that it makes this camera here such a great camera to have when you're traveling, you know, and going places and stuff like that. It makes this camera pretty much a top contender. You know, I would say the only thing that's probably better than using this camera here is using the action camera, you know what I'm saying? Because what an action camera is going to give you is more stability as far as shaky videos go, and it's going to give you, you know, more of a comfort level that if you drop it, you're not going to break it. I have never dropped this camera, and I have never heard of anybody saying theirs got damaged from dropping it, but it's definitely not going to be as durable as an action camera. Hands down, action camera is going to be more durable, but for 2025, if you're looking to use something other than your cell phone, I would say this is a really good value in 2025, even over the Osmo Pocket 3 or Pocket 1, 2, 3 because of the gimbal that's on it. So if you was going hiking, I would still recommend this one. You know, if I was putting this Ordro up against the Canon V10, I would still pick the Canon V10 over even the Ordro camera, you know. The only thing I wish that Canon would have done was when the camera is like this, I wish this was vertical video. And then when the camera is like this is horizontal video. Now you can, if you got it, you know, far enough from you, you can convert the video to 9 by 16 if you wanted to, you know what I'm saying? So that you don't have to turn the camera like this to get the 9 by 16. But I prefer if it was like this, it was getting the 9 by 16, you know. That's something you have to think about too, especially if you're doing a lot of shorts. You're going to need the cage for this. They only made one, as far as I know, but you can actually, because you got the quarter screw on the bottom, you can actually integrate a L mount into this system just because you got that quarter screw on the bottom, you know what I'm saying? So you can still do it that way, but like on the Ordro M5, the 16 by 9 is actually wide enough to where you can chop the video off like in CapCut or whatever video program you use, so that you can make your 9 by 16 video, or you can just not flip the screen and you just automatically get in the 9 by 16 video, you know what I'm saying? Because for me, on the pocket size, I would use it for 9 by 16 video anyway more. Just like this right here, I like using this for capturing shorts and reels, stuff for TikTok and stuff like that when I'm using this versus my bigger cameras. You know, I'd rather just use this for that, because my main go-to when I want to do a 9x16 is pretty much my cell phone. My cell phone and the Hohem gimbal. This Canon M10 in 2025, for the price of it, yes. If you're looking for a small, compact camera and you don't want a camera that's really huge, and you want, like I said, you want to record when you're going out to dinner, lunch, breakfast, or whatever like that, and you want something that's small, something that's not going to take up a lot of room, and something that you can easily put in your pocket, because that's one thing most cameras cannot give you, is the easeability of putting it into your pocket, and this camera here does it. It is very easy to go in your pocket. You're not going to have any problem with that, or a small purse or bag or anything like that. It's going to work fine for you. It's going to work greater than fine, actually. It's the camera for doing that, you know what I'm saying? Not one of those Sony ZVs or anything like that. This is smaller. This can easily fit in your pocket. It has the microphone jack. It has a small HDMI, which I don't know why you would use HDMI, because you probably never would. It has the 2 microphones on the top up here, and they actually come with a wind muff, so you can put a wind muff on there. But I have had no issues with the audio on here. I do occasionally use it with a wireless microphone, but I tell you, it's not necessary for you to use it with a microphone. It has simple controls on the back here, really nice menu, and on this side right here it has a USB-C. So if Canon actually made a version 2 of this thing, I would probably not even use the mic jack. I would make USB-C audio for on the side, so you can just plug in. Since there are so many USB-C microphones on the market right now, I would just make it to where you can plug it right here into the side with the USB microphone, you know what I'm saying, so that you don't have to use the audio port. Plus, with the audio port, it's not a problem, but it does happen. It can rotate when you're using the round audio mic port. But if you're using the USB-C port, if you plug in a dongle into that port right there, it can't rotate. You know what I'm saying? It's going to stay same. And it's the same thing with the Ordro M5. If they coming out with a version 2, I would do the same thing. I would make it to where the microphone plugs into the USB-C and not into a 3.5 millimeter jack. But I mean, either way it go, you got a mic, so you can add a mic if you need to. You can run a wireless mic on here, or you can run a corded mic. Just take your lav mic and just plug it into the side, and then run it up your shirt sleeve or something like that, and then clip it up here, and then you got your microphone, you know, as far as that goes, you know. So this is definitely a good buy for 2025 or even beyond. I mean, as long as 4K video is the norm, you know what I'm saying, because with social media, actually 10K, I mean, 1080p is the norm, but as long as you can do 4K recording, this thing is not going to go out of style. So it's going to be a good buy for a very long time. And there's very little updates that Canon need to do on the version 2 of this unit here. Like I'm saying, for one thing that I would really do if I did nothing else, so that you don't have to use an L bracket, if they could make it to where you can switch from 9x16 to 16x9 software wise, or I don't know if they would have to make this lens or whatever rotate within the camera body, because it's best if the camera body stayed like this and you never had to flip it to the side like that, you know what I'm saying? Like if they can make it to where it can stay like this and you don't have to flip it, that would be great right there, because the form factor is good and the built-in stand works this way. And I know a lot of people are just mainly going to use it, you know, this way right here to do the 16x9 videos, you know, which is the normal format. But when you're doing a lot of stuff in TikTok and Instagram Reels and, you know, Facebook stories and stuff like that, you want it to actually be a 9x16, you know what I'm saying? And a little small thing like this could be a 9x16 monster, you know what I'm saying? It could be something that you can use to knock out a lot of 9x16 videos. And like I said, the functionality of it is so great to you. Definitely going to love this camera, you know what I'm saying? It'll fit in any pocket, like I said. Your small sling bags, you can easily take this thing hiking. You can easily have it to where it'll mount on your strap of your backpack and stuff like that, where you can easily put it out. I make sure a video of some of the accessories that you can attach to this thing, but anything with a quarter screw on the bottom of it, you can attach a lot of stuff to it to make it very useful. But this is definitely useful as a portable camera. You know, I can go through the airport and record using this camera. Cause I mean, just look at how small it is. You just walking through there, the screen facing you. You just walking through there and recording whatever you need to record and stuff like that. And then you can easily flip the screen up and then record yourself. And then you can easily put it down on the table because it has a built-in stand. So you don't even need to have a tripod attached to this thing to set it down, you know, on a table or anything like that, because you got the built-in legs on it, which, you know, Canon was really thinking when they did that, you know, added that stand built into it, you know what I'm saying? So this is definitely a great portable vlog machine, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of whether you're doing it for just Facebook or whatever like that, you know what I'm saying, for yourself, or if you're doing it for YouTube, you know what I'm saying, because it works good if you're doing product demonstration, if you're doing days in the life blogs and stuff like that, if you're doing your nails, if you're doing cooking or anything like that, this Cannon V10 will work for it, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a good tool to have in 2025, you know what I'm saying, and beyond, like I said, because it's not going to go out of style. As long as 4K video is there, this thing is going to be in style. And if you was looking for that small portable camera, you know, especially right now with it being so hard to get a DJI Pocket 3, this is definitely something you should look at, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, you don't have the gimbal on it to break. It's just the camera, so you don't have to worry about a gimbal breaking. And I know most of you guys are not walking around holding your cameras, no way. Most of you guys just got your camera sitting down on something and recording it. So this would work perfect for anybody who needs a small camera. They don't want to spend out a ton of money and they want some good video quality. Check out this Canon V10, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, this definitely would be a great camera for you. So definitely check it out. Like I said, I've been using it for a while. I used it when I was over there in the Philippines, and it never ever let me down. I have never had overheating problems with this camera. I've never had it to mess up a video, you know what I'm saying? You just frame yourself up, you take your videos and stuff like that. And if you do decide you want to hold it, this right here is very, very light. The way that they made it is very, very easy to hold. As you can see right now, I'm holding it. They made it to where it's very easy to hold. It's very easy to hit the record button and all that kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? So you will not be disappointed by using the Canon V10, you know. Very excellent camera to have. I'm never giving up my Canon V10. I'm going to always have it in my arsenal so that I can use it, because I use it kind of just like I use my Ace Pro from Insta360, which are my best cameras, you know, the Canon V10 and my Ace Pro. Those are my number one go-to cameras when I'm out walking around and filming, when I'm in a tour group or whatever. These are my two best cameras that I use, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to try to start integrating my Lumix S9 into that functionality because of the Lumix Lab app that it has. But for right now, that Ace Pro from Insta360 and this Canon V10 be my number ones. If we finna go to a mall, if we finna go to a restaurant, you know what I'm saying, if we're going into a museum or anything like that, these are going to be the cameras that I'm going to pull out, either the Ace Pro or this Canon V10. That's what I'm going to use, and it works well, you know what I'm saying, regardless of whether I'm doing the talking or if the tour guide is doing the talking. This camera here works well. It's non-intrusive, you know what I'm saying. You're not going to bother anybody to have it. As you can see, it's even smaller than a cell phone. It's thicker than a cell phone, but it's smaller than a cell phone, and you can just easily sit there and record your video or whatever you're trying to do. Or if you have a graduation or a kids party or something like that, birthday party with your friends or whatever, you know, you can just set this camera up on the end of the table and have it facing, you know, so that everybody that's sitting at the table can be in the shot, and then you can just carry on with your, you know, your dinner or your graduation party or whatever, and just record stuff, you know what I'm saying? And it's very, very easy to do. So definitely check out the Canon V10, and the mic that I pair this camera with is the Boya mic, the Boya Link. Or you can use the new XM5. I know you've probably seen that on some of my videos. That XM5 mic will also work good. So any mic that got the 3.5mm jack will work on this. And like I said, a corded lav mic will also work as well. And if you got the cage, the small rig cage for this camera, You can also put like the Rode Mic Mini and those type of mics there onto it too. That's going to make it a little more bigger and a little more bulkier. So I would kind of stick with either the Boya wireless mic, or I would go with a wired mic. You know what I'm saying? That you can run up your shirt sleeve or whatever. So when you're holding the camera in your hand, the wire just run through your shirt and then just clip the microphone right up there, and then you pretty much good. You know what I'm saying? But in most cases, you probably won't need to use the microphone, because I mean, you won't need a wireless microphone or a wired, because the two mics that they have on top there actually works pretty good. You know what I'm saying? You get good clean audio straight with the built-in microphones. You're going to get better, of course, if it's windy or something like that. That's when I would definitely go for, I would say if it's windy or noisy and you're outside, or if you inside and it's noisy and you definitely want your voice to be picked up, that's when I would use the wireless or wired mic. If you're outside and you just got regular nature sounds going on and it's really no wind or nothing like that, that's strong enough to bother you, or say somebody cutting the grass or vehicles running or something like that, or music playing, you really don't need the wireless microphone at that point. You can just use the built-in microphone. The wind muff will stop the wind, because you got two things going on there. You got the two mics at the top, but you also got the screen. So if your camera is kind of like facing the wind, it's actually going to break the wind, so the wind is not going to get picked up in the mics. And if you put the wind muffs on, that's going to help even more. Like I said, I have had no issues. It's going to have to be something else outside making noise that's going to cause you to really need the wireless mic. Unless you're just a wireless mic freak and you just got to have one, you know, get your wireless mic and put the wireless mic on there. But other than that, you really don't need it. The Canon V10 for 2025 is definitely a good buy. So if you got one at your local Best Buy or whatever like that, definitely go out and grab you one. I'll put a link in the description. It's not an affiliate link, but I will put a link in the description for the Boya link and the Canon V10, and you can click on those if you want to go to those sites and purchase those particular items. The Boya link off of Amazon, and you probably can get this off of Amazon as well. You definitely can get the small rig cage that goes with this as well, but if you don't really need the cage and you're just going to be sticking it in your pocket or whatever, you probably don't want to get the cage. But if you're going to add attachments to it, that's when you're going to need the cage, when you add attachments. So guys, please leave a like, share, and a comment. If you got any questions about this camera, just hit me up. I will tell you. You know what I'm saying? And don't forget to subscribe. Don't just watch the videos and not subscribe, because that does help me out. You know, that's the free way that you can help me out, is subscribe to this channel, guys. You know what I'm saying? Because we got more travel stuff coming, more travel reviews and stuff coming. You know what I'm saying? I see y'all really like the reviews, but we definitely got some more travel coming. We got some zip line coming. Hopefully we're going to get some nice hot sunny days coming soon, so we can go and get some of this zip lining done. We can go kayak down the Chattahoochee River, get all that type of stuff done. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, yeah, keep the channel locked. You know what I'm saying? Watch me as I use the Canon V10 and this Ordro M5, which I'm trying to integrate into my arsenal of cameras that I'm going to be using. And definitely check out my Lumix S9 videos that's going to come up as I do some downtown for street photography in Atlanta, Georgia, my city. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can see around my city, see all that good stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know about Atlanta. You know how it is. We're going to represent 100%. And also, I'm going to also represent my hometown, which is Memphis, Tennessee. I'm going to do some street photography down there with my son. So also stay tuned for that. We just got to get that stuff where we can both meet up at the same time and get all that stuff knocked out. You know what I'm saying, guys? So EJ Adventure X.